Hello and welcome to Spirit Talk. We have a really good episode for you this presentation. You may recall in our first episode when we were at Shayllersville, we got some incredible EVPs. But interesting, in between the last time we were here and this time, Kevin went to the house to get some articles from the home, and he had an experience, and we're going to now let Kevin explain and tell about his experience.
I was up in my dad's bedroom getting some stuff from his, and as I walked out of his room, there's a closet on the right hand side. And as soon as I went past the closet, I kind of heard a growl, just kind of a and not much freaks me out, but kind of my hair stood up, and I waited till I got down to the end of the hall and I turned around, there was nothing there.
Now, Kevin, did you feel any atmosphere change when this happened? Like, did the room get something cold?
It was
breeze?
cold. Yeah, I kind of felt a change. I felt a little bit of a coldness.
Okay. Did you feel threatened or?
No.
Okay.
No, I just, not much startles me or frightened, but it made my hair stand up.
Yeah. It is not uncommon that when spirits are around that you're going to feel a sudden drop in temperature, a cool breeze, or an atmosphere change. It is believed that spirits are drawing energy from around them to be able to, one, manifest themselves, communicate, or attempt some way to get through to us in the physical world. So what Kevin experienced, it is highly possible that he did experience a paranormal event. Now, as far as the growling noise that he experienced, keep in mind, we don't know how spirits communicate. I don't care what television show you're watching. I don't care who you listen to in the paranormal field. None of us have the answers. This is very, really, to me, in the beginning stages of understanding what the spirit world is. Yes, since the 1920s, in spiritualism, in the birth of spiritualism, there have been tremendous efforts to understand the world of the paranormal, those that have crossed over. And I'll be the first to admit that there were a lot of charlatans in the day, people who were in it for strictly profit or trying to fool or pull one over on people. But with today's technology, the EVPs, the video images, orbs, things that we are capturing, it's getting harder and harder for the die-hard skeptics to maintain that there is no such thing as life after death. Now, you may recall in our first episode, we got an incredible EVP. Chuck and Adam were in the upstairs bedroom, and Adam asked, can you tell me your name? We got an EVP that said, my name is kind of hard to say. The kids just call me Emily.
What is your name? Thank you.
Now, based on the success that we received in the first time we visited here in Shayllersville, we decided to go upstairs to that exact room and conduct a radio scan EVP method. Now, this time we have something we didn't have the first time around. Randy, after our first investigation, contacted the University of Akron Archival Department to see if they could give us any further information on the property. When Randy gave them the address, again, I have nothing but praise for the university. They were incredibly helpful. They said they would get back to us in a couple days and see what they had. By looking up the plat lines on this property, they were able to determine that in the early 1900s, there was a family that lived there by the name of Reynolds. While taking that name Reynolds and searching the United States Census Bureau, what is amazing is two previous EVPs in our first investigation. We had, if you recall, Robert would like you to play with us, followed by when Adam asked, can you tell me your name? My name is kind of hard to say, the kids just call me Emily. All right. In 1910, there was a female that lived on this property. Her name was Aurelio Emily Reynolds. She had a brother in 1910 who was 16 years old. Right? The brother's name was Robert Reynolds. All right. Now, we have EVP that says, my name is kind of hard to say, Aurelio Emily Reynolds. She said, the kids just call me Emily. that's pretty striking evidence that this is the spirit that we are communicating with. Now, we did a radio scan because last time we didn't have this information. So our first radio scan, we asked the spirits, can you tell me, Emily, if Robert and Emily, you are here, can you tell us your last name? Now, although it's very quick and high-pitched, watching it now on video is not as profound as what it was when my son Charles, Adam, and me were in the room. In fact, you're going to see my reaction and Charlie's reaction. It came across very clearly. Reynolds. Robert and Emily, could you please tell us what your last name is? Robert and Emily, could you please tell us what your last name is? Do you hear that?
I did hear that.
Do you hear that? Yes, it is Reynolds. Thank you.
Oh my gosh, that was like right off the bat.
Now, the next radio scan frequency EVP we did, I asked, can you tell me, Emily, what year did you die? You're going to hear her say 1924. Can you tell me, Emily, what year did you die? Can you tell me, Emily, what year did you die? I then asked, Emily, can you tell me how old you were when you died? And we get a very clear EVP radio scan method that says just 24. Now, if you take the United States Census Bureau, that she was 10 years old in 1910, that means she was born in 1900. She says that she died when she was 24 years old. When asked, what year did you die, she said 1924. The coincidences is just too staggering to overlook. We believe that this spirit is the spirit of Emily Reynolds. How old were you, Emily, when you died? How old were you, Emily, when you died? Now, in our previous investigation, we did receive several names. Emily, Robert, Paula, and Mavis. So since Robert was so pronounced in the last investigation, and knowing from doing research that there was a Robert age 16 Reynolds and an Emily age 10 Reynolds, we decided to try to ask Robert some questions. I asked Robert, I said, Robert, can you tell me how old you were when you died? Or how old you were in 1910? Although I didn't immediately get a direct answer, you're going to hear what sounds like a male voice saying, he's asking about your birthday. And at the end of this EVP radio scan method, you're going to hear 15. Now, we don't know what month in 1910 he turned 16, according to the United States Census Bureau. But again, listen, you're going to hear he's asking about your birthday, and then at the very end of this, the spin cycle of the radio scan method, you're going to hear 15. Robert, can you tell me how old were you in 1910? Robert, can you tell me how old were you in 1910? Now, in this EVP, or question for the next EVP, although I did not get a direct answer, it's interesting that you can hear a male voice which sounds like it's saying, well, he's saying Kevin's father lived here. Now, it's interesting again that Kevin, being so gracious, and his brother Ray allowing us to do this investigation, a spirit is acknowledging that they knew that Kevin's father lived on this residence. Okay. Last time when you were talking to Adam and Chuck, we got the message that you feel it was in self-defense. Can you tell us more about that? Now, as I mentioned earlier, in our first investigation, we got a name pretty clearly that said Paula. So I took the opportunity to ask and tell them that we believe that we got a name Paula, and I asked, is there a spirit here named Paula? Now listen very carefully. You're going to hear what sounds like, again, a male voice saying the baby's name is Paula. Can you tell me who Paula is? Is there, first of all, we think we got somebody that sounded like they said their name was Paula. Is there a Paula here? Now, a little bit later, Charles and Adam went upstairs and conducted a radio scan method frequency EVP session. You're going to hear Adam ask, Emily, are you here? The response, again, is incredible. It's a little soft in the beginning, but she says, yes, I am here with you. It's me.
And when we tune the dials, just make the words as needed. We will record you and get your message. And we'll start now. Emily, are you here with us? Can you do me a favor and move the ball? It's just a game. See if you can kick the ball for us, or move it.
In another attempt that Adam was trying to communicate, they're actually, in a radio scan, says, it's nice just to be quiet. You're asking too many questions.
Last time you said that you'd like to talk to me. What would you like to talk to me about? You can say anything.
Now, we did point the camera at the trigger objects, the ball and the little rocking horse, for over 45 minutes. Unfortunately, we were not able to get anything. Whether the spirits tried, they couldn't, and I believe they did try based upon some of the EVPs. But upon review and extracting the audio from the video, we did get a pretty compelling EVP, which sounds like a spirit saying, my finger is touching it. Now, a little bit later, downstairs in the living room, doing a standard passive EVP recording, upon analyzing it, we got an incredible EVP, an EVP that's just almost too good to even believe. But we have like a whispery sound or a voice that says there's a ball upstairs in your room. Now, sometimes, well, a lot of times when we do these investigations, we get quite a few EVPs that we're not presenting in our YouTube videos. The reason that we don't show them or present them is because we choose only the best EVPs that we think the majority of people watching our presentations will be able to hear. Now, after doing thousands of videos or recordings, we have become really good at hearing these EVPs, but to the average person, you may not be able to hear them. One such video we did capture on our previous investigation, and the EVP said, he looks just like you. We couldn't figure out what it meant, who they were talking to, so we kind of dismissed it and didn't put it in our first presentation. However, this time, we got an EVP that is pretty strong that says, David looks like me. And finally, perhaps one of the most disturbing EVPs is the next one that we're going to present to you. Another one of those EVPs that we did not present in the first video sounded like the upstairs children saying, "We know a secret, it's in the backyard." Again, it wasn't clear enough that we chose to put it in there, so we just tabled it and put it off to the side. Now, this EVP is pretty strong, and it says, "I watched him kill the baby." Now, whether this is related to the first EVP that says "we know a secret, it's in the backyard," who knows? But finally, after the EVPs that we've obtained, unfortunately we were a little bit pressed for time and had only a small amount of time that we could do this investigation. One of our main purposes was to cross these spirits over. So we performed a closing ceremony and prayed to the Father to open the light to take his children home. Now, interestingly, unlike the last few investigations, Randy did not have any strong feelings or perceptions or any type of visions or feelings up until this point. When we did the closing ceremony afterwards, Randy said, "I felt as if females and children went into the light, but some remained behind." And Randy got the impression that there were several male spirits that did not go into the light. Now, when we did this ceremony, what is interesting is that we all felt a cold air, especially me because my back was towards the stairwell, felt a cold air blast that kind of went through us as we were praying and holding hands into the circle. Did they go into the light? I don't know. I analyzed the video, extracted the audio. We did not get any EVP confirming a thank you or we're going into the light. We got nothing as far as any EVP evidence or video evidence. We can only hope and pray that after all these years, these spirits were able to return home. If you are, again, as we offer in every one of our presentations, if you are in the north coast of the Ohio area, if you're experiencing any paranormal phenomena, if you believe that your house may be haunted or would like to conduct or have us conduct an investigation, please contact us at evpmedium@gmail.com. Again, that's evpmedium@gmail.com. Until the next time, we thank you for watching and look forward to you watching our next presentation. Again, we are on YouTube. We encourage you to subscribe to our channel. This way that every time we post a new video presentation, you will be notified by email. Until the next time, we wish you happiness and all good things to you. Thanks for watching.